Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Color Break, your third favorite comic book podcast. This is episode 50. Bow, 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 the big 50. This is the reinvention, guys. This
It
is.
looks different.
It looks different visually, guys. I
You
haven't
know what's
seen any of
fun?
the visual differences.
Cody hasn't seen any of the visuals,
Right, I've just
and
been
I
told.
haven't either.
Nice. It's in the works, guys. It's in the works, but think of this as our new 52 relaunch. Think of this.
Yeah.
This is color break. This is absolute color break, dude. An all new. So I'm your host, Cody Collects. As always, I'm here with Christian Comic Book Stash. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm glad to be back. We needed some time to figure it out, see what would work.
Figure it out.
Now we're back.
So listen, listeners, audience. I will be honest with you guys. Christian and I hate comic books. We thought about because for the longest time, I mean, it's been mostly comic books, but we're starting to see our maybe interests in what we want to talk about expand a little bit. So I think that we're going to open this up. It's not going to be exclusively about comic books. Not that it ever really was. I mean, we talked about movies and stuff from time to time. But I think going forward, it's going to be whatever the hell Christian and I want to talk about, man. So
now it's just your third favorite podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know if we should change the saying, you know what I'm saying?
That's I already changed it. I already paid someone to change it.
Third favorite podcast, dude. So that's
late.
what we are now, guys. But like always, we're still going to be talking about nerdy stuff. Still going to be mostly nerdy stuff, I would imagine. Like, for example, and this one, we're talking about the Superman trailer. I don't know if we're reacting to it, Christian.
No, just talking about it.
Under the Gun. That's what we're calling the segment. Whenever we're doing a James Gunn DCU,
it's Under the Gun
segment. It's called Under the Gun, and we're also going to be talking about the FF trailer. Two big trailers that dropped recently since the last time Christian and I have spoken, and then we'll talk about the Thunderbolts as well, the newest MCU film. I know Christian's excited to talk about it. I'm too.
Very excited.
Super underrated. And then closing out the video, guys, told out the episode by talking about my summer so far. I've been super busy, dude. Ton of fun things with me and the wife. So we're going to talk about it and then talk about some of Christian's catch up as well. Because it's been a while, guys. You know what I'm saying?
It has been a minute.
That's what we got, dude. That's what this episode's going to be, the big 50. Christian, any words on hitting the big 50 milestone, dude?
I feel like this is like the big, the one people talk about. Like, if you make it to 50.
Is that what they say? I think they say that. They might say that.
Think. Yeah.
Like, it's not
and it's exciting. I feel like 50, right? We have a couple, like, technically this is like 54. Like, we have a couple episodes that we've like filmed.
Okay.
And it's not, we'll release them at some point.
The lost episodes. Yeah,
the lost episodes. Yeah. But if we've, like, honestly, like, and they're edited, but like, to me, like, it was really like, oh, it's 50 though.
50, right.
Like MegaCon, we filmed one for MegaCon. Drew Deficit is in it. Tessa is a nerd.
3 seconds.
Yeah, for like 3 seconds. And I love it. But like, is it 50?
Right, because in that one we talk mostly about MegaCon, right? So,
yeah. It felt more just like, we're here, so let's talk about it. But like 50 is so special that that's what we redesigned the whole thing.
Right.
It just needed to be this. Just you and me catching up.
And also, guys, we've committed, guys. You guys don't care about the recording date. Christian and I have set a recording date every 2 weeks. We'll be meeting.
Yeah.
Pending any craziness, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna try to hit every single 2 weeks, guys, and be as consistent as can be. Maybe we should get into it, dude.
Yeah, let's get into it. What do you want to start with?
So I'll throw it to you, dude. I'll give you the choice. We got Superman, Fantastic Four, or Thunderbolts.
I'll say Thunderbolts because I feel like Superman and FF come with a discussion following the trailers.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, dude. So Thunderbolts, the newest MCU flick. How did you like it? I guess I'll throw it to you just for your general thoughts because
it was great. First of all,
right. I was gonna say because it seems like those that have seen the movie, they kind of see the light and they're like, "Oh, this is actually pretty." Sick.
I haven't heard it of anyone like really complaining about it.
Right. Those that have seen it end up liking it, I feel, but then I feel like just a lot of people maybe just disregarding it as it's maybe doesn't seem like as important as an MCU movie. So
yeah, I was checking to see if I've rated it or anything on Letterboxd, but I don't think I have, which is stupid. But it really felt like a big swing, but also very contained.
Okay.
Like it wasn't this like crazy like it had. I mean, Sentry is a crazy villain or character in general.
Right.
And we're going into spoilers. It's been like a month.
That's what I was
If
gonna
you,
say too.
if you
Definitely
haven't watched
spoil.
it,
Yeah, yeah.
But it felt like very contained. Like, yes, these are characters that come from other projects, because none of these characters, I believe, except for like Bucky, maybe, are like their own thing.
I
The
got
only
you.
Yeah, like these are characters who are getting together who have always been like the sidekick or like a side character, and now they're becoming the team.
I see. Yeah,
So
it's the whole marketing, right? It's like the band of misfits or whatever from the
yeah,
MCU, kind of all the.
and once again, I feel like people are like, oh, like these characters, like these are side characters. We don't know enough about them. Like, shut up. That's how movies work. You get to
True.
know them.
Right.
Like I always say, like nobody watched Fight Club knowing who they were.
Right. Right.
They didn't watch the trailer. We're like, who the fuck are these people?
Right. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not watching this Shawshank Redemption. Who's that red guy? You know?
Do you think that although it was kind of like the, I don't know, like the misshaped like odds and ends of the MCU, do you think that, I don't know, do you think that any of them kind of stick out to you, like before going into the movie? I guess, like, were
I
you
mean, probably
expecting
Yelena.
that this character was going to be a breakout? Because, and like going in, I was like, yo, Florence Pugh, she's the
Yeah,
truth,
no,
bro.
I
Like,
think she's the one. It's just Yelena
yeah,
being the breakout character.
because like
Um,
I get some people like they're like, oh, Ghost, man, like Ghost is in the movie, all this like weird stuff, right? Um,
I was excited to see how they would handle John Walker,
John Walker, yeah,
mainly because I have not liked John Walker one bit up until this movie.
right,
Do I love him now? No. Uh, this is
right.
the reality. He's just a guy now that I don't hate. But like
His
I was like, ooh,
personality, you know,
I was like, how are they gonna make me like him? You know?
right,
Because like Alexei, as much as he's like a bad father, like he cares. You
right.
know? Ghost, forgot she existed for a minute, but I was like, okay, cool powers. Um,
Yeah, Ghost needed some more in the movie for sure.
yeah. What's it called? Master.
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. I was like, okay, I can see where you're going with this. I didn't, but like I was like, okay, as a redemption arc, sort of like.
Mm.
But like John Walker, dude, I did not give a single flying fuck about that guy. So I don't
I
know.
like the actor, right? Wyatt
Yeah, Wyatt
Russell.
Russell.
He
Yeah,
plays an asshole really well. I will say
he
that.
does play an asshole really well, and because I feel like he's like the character is convinced that he's like not an asshole.
Right.
I think that's the power behind it. Like some people are assholes, and like yeah, they know they're like being assholes, and it's like okay, I don't care. But like the fact that he thinks he's just like right,
Right.
and like it's not that he doesn't think he's an asshole. He doesn't think he's doing anything wrong.
Right.
Because like a lot of people will be like bad people and know like they're doing something bad, but justifying something, right?
Right. He
Oh,
thinks that he's always, yeah.
yeah, I can punch this guy and do like this bad thing because I'm right. He doesn't think anything he's doing is wrong.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So that's what I think makes him like a little bit special. It's like, oh, you just need to learn.
How do you feel about? So you brought up Taskmaster, dude. So that's what one of the questions I had going in was like, how are they gonna handle Taskmaster? Obviously, she got like the short end of the stick in Black Widow or whatever,
And in
right?
this one,
And in this one, yeah. So that's ultimately my question is like, how do you feel about the way that the Taskmaster character? Not
it
that
pissed
like,
me off, honestly.
okay, nice, because it pissed me off too.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
The moment Black Widow ends, that is not the Taskmaster from the comics. It's just a new character with the same name.
yep,
And then I'm excited, like, okay, like I'm gonna give this new character a chance. This new character that is really interesting, like someone who was under control of the Red Room for like their entire lives.
yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I'm my own person. I can think. That's more exciting to me than Ghost.
Yeah, And then
Like,
to just off Taskmaster,
yeah,
like especially when you're exactly right. She had that awesome, cool story that it seems like they wanted to
yeah.
fully close or whatever, but then
And it's
she
like
just
I
off.
get it, like people didn't connect with the character, but like come on, dude, like that's the character you're gonna off.
And
Like for me, and like
yeah,
my thing with Ghost is like not to be an asshole because like what's her name?
I don't even
Hannah
remember
John
Wasp two, bro. I didn't even remember
yeah,
Wasp two for
Hannah John
Batman.
Kamen or I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Nothing against the actress, but Ghost is such an uninteresting character to me, even throughout this movie.
Right,
There was not a standout moment in which, like, the best thing Ghost does is like not leave.
right.
You know?
Yeah, and I don't think we got a in the Century world. I don't think we got a flashback to her. So yeah, she just didn't really get a lot of
Yeah,
screen
like I
time.
would
Screen
I would have
time.
preferred Taskmaster over Ghost.
Yeah, because dude, do you have you seen Ant-Man 2? I
I've
don't know if
watched
I have.
it.
I can't remember.
I've watched it once.
I know it's got a fun chase scene where they shrink down the cars and
Yeah,
stuff.
I am
But
confident in saying I have watched every MCU movie, just not
mhm.
every MCU show.
Yeah, no, not the show. I kind of fell off on the shows for sure.
Like Daredevil, I really want to watch,
Right.
and Echo looks good. I want to watch Echo, but
If you
God,
wanted
there's
to watch Echo, you would have already watched Echo, dude.
yeah, no, that's I want to watch it now. Like now, like looking
I
back,
got
like
you.
recently, I've been like, "Ooh, I
I feel
should
like it's just
probably
been so
watch it."
long for some of these MCU shows that I just can't find myself like the will to just press play on
Yeah,
these damn things. But
yeah, and I'm
like a
watching,
Secret
and I'm
Invasion,
watching,
would you
and
ever
I'm
go? Would you
oh,
ever?
I already watched it, and it sucked so much.
Nice.
It was dookie
Yeah,
buns, dude.
that's got to be
I'm
like the
like,
worst MCU project,
and there's I'm watching so many good TV shows right now.
right?
I don't have time for the other ones, dude.
You don't have time for Secret Invasion, bro.
No, not at all, dude.
Uh, so so you brought up. So we talked about Taskmaster. You talked a little bit about Ghost. You brought up Alexi a little bit. I guess my question for you is going into it, I was like, yo, they're gonna have two sort of Captain America like people.
Yeah,
But
power wise,
power
three.
wise, yeah, right. Like just the knockoff versions of Captain
I
America.
mean,
You
they
have
have
two of
three.
three or
Bucky, John
oh
Walker.
Bucky too. Oh my god, yeah, that's technically someone who was up for the Captain America mantle too. So yeah. I thought that was so interesting going in, but I kind of like how it played into the story a little bit. Is like
It's because yeah, and
you
plus
both are feeling the same thing. You're not Captain America.
their
Like that's your whole
personalities are
thing,
so different that
right?
like it doesn't distract from like it doesn't make you think like oh this is the same character.
Right. I was like, dude, are they both gonna have like shields in the big fight and stuff like that?
Yeah,
And that's kind
that'd
of
be
what I was
cool.
like.
I'd be down for that.
I like how I like how U.S. Agent's shield was like bent at some
The
point. Like,
taco.
yeah.
Yeah.
He just got bent into a taco.
Honestly, such a good movie. And this I feel like I've noticed this trend lately, but whenever there's like a mental health like moment in a movie,
Right.
like especially dealing with like real like depression, I just cry.
Dude, that shit actually hit in Thunderbolts, guys. Like I'm not
Dude,
even.
like
You
it's gonna
guys
sound
didn't cry
super
like
silly.
tear up. You don't have a heart. Yeah.
It's gonna sound really silly, dude. I watched Better Man, the monkey movie, the
Oh
Robbie
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williamson, whoever the hell
I
that is.
cried like an idiot watching that movie.
Nice.
Dude, those mental health moments like really break me at the movies like and like I'm watching this monkey just like sing when I'm crying. It was weird. And same with Thunderbolts. Like my brother looked at me and said like, "Are you crying, dude?"
I think that it I mean just coming at the angle that they're all misfits, right? Like they're all going through their own
Yeah.
things. They all have like their own demons and like and I thought the movie handled it super well. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're not saying anything new there. That's like what the big number one thing that people were saying come out of this movie is how well it handled these
Mental
health
health,
themes and
yeah. And I think
depression
Sentry was really good
loneliness.
because in my head I was like, "This is a power." This is a... When I watched the trailer and I see him turn people into shadows,
Right.
I was like, how are they gonna beat him? There's no way."
Mm.
And the fact that it was a mental health battle, it was really interesting. It's really
Yeah.
smart, really like adult. Especially like I think like the MCU is still seen as a kid thing every now and then, you know?
Right. And
I
this one kind
think
of showed. This one probably was the most adult, like as far as themes,
yeah.
MCU movie really long time. I mean,
Yeah.
with that being said, though, another question I had for you was, how did you feel about the humor in this movie? 'Cause I know that's like a
It
big
was
thing in all
really, it's
these SU
funny. It
movies.
was not like a laugh out loud movie, but like it was
Okay,
funny.
but
It had its moments.
yeah, it had its moment. That's kind of how I would put it too. I thought that I don't know what it was about this movie. It maybe like the delivery plays a lot of big part in it too, but the humor in this movie landed a lot better for me than like I'm trying to even think of like
Thor: Love and
Deadpool and
Thunder.
Wolverine, shit like that. I'm like,
I feel like I read this and I totally agree that Deadpool and Wolverine is a good movie to watch at the movie theaters.
yeah, I don't have no.
No desire to
This?
rewatch it.
How about this, Christian? Is Thunderbolts how rewatchable do you think it
I
is?
think it's rewatchable, and I think
Rewatchable,
like
okay.
you start like there's things to go back and look at,
Yeah,
especially with the mental health. Like once you know like what the crux of like the characters like turn is,
right.
you can definitely go back and check out some interesting details about like how they get to that point.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with you. I think it's very watchable, rewatchable, especially compared to something like Deadpool and Wolverine. We just brought it up. I don't see myself ever watching that movie
yeah,
again. I mean,
unless I'm like with someone who's rewatching the entire MCU and they're like, "Oh, I haven't watched this one." That's
right,
the and it's such like a weird scenario that I put myself in where I'm with someone who's watching the entire MCU.
right. Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think if I didn't have any other notes about Thunderbolts itself.
Oh,
Um,
I guess we can talk about the after credit scene.
okay, yeah, yeah. The new Avengers.
It
Yeah.
just confirmed the theory that we had in this podcast. Go back and listen
Oh,
to our
true.
first
Actually,
reaction to the FF,
that's true. Actually, like, how
in
are they
which I
gonna get into the new
in
universe or
which I
whatever?
say Galactus is gonna win, which is not like a novel idea. Like I was not the,
Right, right.
I'm not Nostradamus over here. Like I didn't come up with any
It
concepts.
is very interesting that they showed us that bit of the Fantastic Four getting into our universe before the FF movies even
Now here's a
aired.
question: is it
Yeah.
the entire FF?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. So,
Because we know they're gonna be
yeah.
in Doomsday, but like on that ship, is it the entire team?
Christian, that's a very interesting question, bro. So, like, talking about, I mean, this kind of leads right into our next topic, the Fantastic Four trailer, because they did show a whole lot of it off. Um, that's an interesting point, dude. Do you think by the end of the Fantastic Four movie, some of them don't make it into the MCU? Like,
Yeah,
maybe it is
because
just Pedro, maybe it's just
yeah, you know
Clint Bale
why?
or something.
Because it feels like so like it feels too easy. Like, oh, we already know they come in, so there's no stakes for like Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like, we already know the world's gonna be destroyed, whatever. We know they leave. So where are the stakes?
Huh. Very interesting, dude. I mean, in the Fantastic Four, like for example, I was reading which run is it that Human Torch dies? Is that in that might be in Jonathan Hickman's run?
Yeah,
But
that's on par with the ultimate. Doesn't it happen in like the? No, I'm speaking out of my ass.
Fantastic Four members they tend to
Yeah.
like I have one. It's Fantastic Four by Chip Zdarsky, and in that one, there's no Invisible Woman or Mister Fantastic. For some reason, they're
Oh,
both gone or something.
is
So
that the one with Wolverine and Spider Man?
that's a little bit earlier for sure.
Okay,
But
because there,
that's cool too. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know exactly which one you're talking about. Where like Spider Man has a conversation with Franklin Richards, talking to him
Mm,
about yeah.
yep.
I I think it might be like a misdirect. Like maybe the ones we get in Doomsday are not the ones from the movie we're about to watch, or they are just in some like twist kind of way.
I love it, dude. I love it
Because it
because
feels
yeah,
too
it is both.
easy to
Right.
just jump into it. Like we already know they're leaving. You
Right.
know, I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see, dude. In
That's my
terms of
theory. I'm
no,
gonna
I
put it
love
out
that
there.
theory, dude. I really do. In terms of the Fantastic Four trailer, so I'm gonna watch it on the side here, and we can just talk about it. So, first thing I want to say, dude, I'm still loving the time period, like the time period it takes place in. Such
Yeah,
a vibe, dude. And they're really selling it with the trailer by showing some things in like 4:3 aspect
yeah.
ratio,
I
all
love
the
4-3,
old timey
dude.
cars, right?
I love 4-3, and it's not this like fucking like filmmaker like pretentious. I just love how it looks.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yep.
I think it brings me back to like a time. Because you and I grow up with 4-3.
Right.
Like
We
when
saw
do
that
we?
transition.
Yeah, like we're old heads, dude.
No, it's a really good point too because like sometimes I'll be watching like an old episode of Simpsons or whatever, and I'm like something's off, and it's because it was originally 4-3 the
Yeah,
episode that I've seen, but they've since like tried to punch in and make it
yeah,
so
and
they're
they cut
cutting
some
off.
shit out. Yeah,
Yeah, you're cutting off like a bunch of jokes on the top and bottom. So just as an example of like
yeah.
I don't know four
I
three,
think like it's not like people are like, "Oh, you're so pretentious." You're like 4-3. Like, no, dude. That's what I grew up with.
right?
That's my childhood, dude.
Something about it, you know.
Yeah,
All the old technology in this trailer, all the old like
yeah,
analog kind of looking tech.
yeah.
Um, so how are you feeling about? Because in this trailer, we did get a little bit more dialogue and stuff with the Thing. We saw a little bit more
Yeah,
of Johnny Storm too.
yeah. We see the don't we see Franklin?
Do we see Franklin in the trailer? We hear her say that she's like pregnant, or she kind of like alludes
No,
to
I
it.
mean, but wasn't there like a newer one? New,
Oh,
dude.
is
Yeah,
there a
you're
new?
you're 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 behind.
Well, so I don't know. We're talking about the trailer. Or are we doing like talking about the
There was
more
like
like
a
a
new,
teaser or
the
some shit?
latest thing they've released. You see a baby,
Okay.
or I had a crazy dream.
No, I mean you might be right. They might have a baby thing in like the latest teaser trailer. I see a teaser trailer was posted yesterday.
There we go. Might be that.
I see there's a crib. I see. Yeah, yeah. It's giving baby with the crib.
It's giving baby.
Oh, we got Silver Surfer too. Such a vibe, dude. A female Silver Surfer.
I mean, it's canon in the comics.
There is a baby. Yep, a
For any
full on baby.
misogynist who's trying to come here, like they're so woke, I cannot believe. Dude, it's in the comics. Read the comics.
Oh, you get some like flying car, like flying over the city type stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
The suits are so sick too.
That's I'm eyeing that for Halloween.
What, like a suit?
Yeah,
Like a FF jumper
because
suit?
it looks like just a sweater, dude.
It's such a vibe. And so they just showed him Pedro Pascal up in
Yeah,
space with the spacesuit on, and it kind of looks like a precursor to their eventual
yeah.
Fantastic Four suits. That's cool.
Okay. So I don't listen. Here's the thing. Unless there's any very specific detail that's cool, I don't think we'll get too much into the trailers. I had a question for you regarding these.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah,
Super.
no, you're right. It's more just about like the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four and Superman just as a thing as we're leading up to it. But yeah.
We were talking about the discussion of which one would be the movie of the summer.
Yeah, true. Especially after these initial trailers are out. What's the hype level for both?
We know it's not Stitch. Yeah.
It's not Stitch. Stitch
Yeah.
was a flop. Well, actually, Stitch is making a shit ton of money, but
Yeah.
it's not
But
the
it was.
summer of the movie of the summer.
I think it might be FF.
Wow, you think FF?
I think Superman is not gonna do as well as they think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. I'm not saying the movie's gonna be bad. I just don't think people are gonna watch it as much as they think.
You know what's the interesting thing is? I bet you the Superman movie will do better overseas. Like it's gonna be a
Yeah,
big hit overseas, and it might not do as well domestically. But I think you're right. Fantastic Four is gonna kill it domestically, probably.
yeah. Isn't it like
Um,
like there was news about like the Fantastic Four tickets? I think today.
oh, like they're out today.
Yeah, I saw this. Give me a second. Let
It
me
would
put.
be interesting to see like once more data rolls in if they can look at like the pre-sale numbers and just compare them and
Yeah,
say,
I think I was seeing.
hey, hype for FF is way more than
Okay, yeah, the Fantastic Four first step set ticket sale new record set new record
okay.
for the yeah for
And
the
I don't know if
year.
Superman's out yet or if it.
But like, dude, like for it
Yeah.
to be like first day advance tickets, number one most anticipated movie, like that's pretty big.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
And I
It'll
like,
be, yeah,
I think people have gotten tired of the idea of Superman in a really wrong way, which is like where you've been trying to combat this year, with just like, oh, he's just a Boy Scout, he's just like a boring character.
right.
I do have my gripes with the Superman movie, which is
like the new one. Like
I
the
think
last
they're
one.
doing too much.
That's fair.
I want like don't give me origins, but like give me like
like a
more
self-contained. Yeah,
self-contained. Like, give me like Lex as a villain with a suit.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
need to
because
see.
it's interesting. They're doing like Mr. Terrific, and you got the guy Gardner, and like
Yeah,
all the other pieces onto it. We'll have to see how big of a role those characters play in the
yeah.
movie. But initially, I'm kind of with you where I would have preferred a more simpler, stripped down Superman story,
Because that
at
that
least
was
to
my
start.
complaint. That was my complaint about the DCU. Like, it was too much, too fast.
Right.
Like Marvel, like, say what you will about Marvel now, but like they built up to where we are.
Yeah. Like we had to
Like,
get through like Thor 2 and stuff, brother.
yeah, but like they made it better after Thor 2.
Hmm.
So
I
it's
think
like with DC, I feel like they're just like, oh, we just need to make something big to get back. But like
it's yeah, it's
think
interesting because the more I read of Superman, the more I realize like you're right. This character is just super grossly misunderstood. He actually is the truth. Like he is the best superhero of all time. I mean, he deserves to have a movie all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy that it's been this long since the Superman movie's been out.
yeah.
But I think I'm with you in that the fact that he's so misunderstood, um, maybe that will hamper the movie's performance.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think like there's this like very simple thing about like, how do I put it? They could just give us like the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman.
mm,
Perfect.
yeah,
It was the most self-contained story, and whether you like the tone of it or not, that's a good direction to take it in. Because they could have done like, remember Zero Day, the Scott Snyder Batman story with the, or Zero Year, I think. What's it called?
oh, just like the origin sort of thing, but it was in the
Yeah,
New 52 run,
and the Scott Snyder one where like the Riddler like takes over the city.
right?
They could have gone with something like that,
And be like
like
big over the top, right?
big over the top early Batman. But like no, they said like, hey, like, you know what, like let's tone it down a bit.
Right.
And dude, it works. I'm interested. I'm invested because I want to see this character grow. And I'm sure we'll see Superman grow, don't get me wrong, but like we're going into so much already.
Okay, so you know what an interesting tidbit from the trailer, that has got me a little worried, just a little bit. It's
Go
the
for it.
fact that they showed the fact that Lois knows that Clark
Yeah.
Kent is Superman right off the bat, and obviously we don't know where that moment takes place in the movie itself.
Yeah.
Maybe that's way down the line.
I like the
Um,
banter, but like
the banter is cool, and I think that adds like an interesting dynamic. Obviously, between Lois and Clark itself. But for that first movie, maybe kind of play up the fact that they don't, or Lois
yeah.
doesn't know just yet, and kind of do
There
that
were
for the first movie.
there's a
But
beauty behind the simplicity of like not the origins directly, but the early stages.
right, because once you blow by it, you're never gonna get that again, right? You're never gonna have a
Yeah.
chance to have it,
I don't need to see day one, but I can see
right?
like year one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't. We'll have to see. Nothing in this trailer definitely leads me to believe that it is farther along Superman's journey than just
Yeah,
like
like
a
for
day
example, and
one.
like this is with the James Gunn like universe in general. The fact that Batman already has a Robin, and it's like
Yeah.
isn't it Damian Wayne?
That's kind of the thought
Because
process
it's
is
the Grant
because it's
Morrison.
yeah they said that they're using the Grant Morrison, the son of Batman, as like the inspiration. So people are thinking that it's most likely not. It's going to be a third Robin, which is really weird to start the universe in that way.
It's just like,
Or
give
fourth
me,
Robin, I
let
guess.
it grow, dude.
Third, fourth. I can't count right
I
now.
don't know. Just let it grow. Don't give me a Robin of anything. Like, you know, make me get to that point.
See,
Or if,
see, it's tough because
or hear me
people
out.
want to see Robin so
Hear
bad, and
me
it's like,
out.
what if you never get to that point? What if it ends like fucking Snyderverse, bro, and you never
Hear me
see
out.
Robin?
Give me a midpoint after Dick Grayson leaves him.
Yeah,
He's Robin less, but still early ish. And then we get Dick Grayson as
no, because
Nightwing coming
you're
in.
100% right. That is kind of the frustrating part with all of the and someone as a I'm a bigger DC guy, right? So
Yeah.
I want to see all these characters kind of on the screen at some point. But to your point, it's like you want to see Dick Grayson as Robin, but I also would like to see him as Nightwing. How badass
Yeah.
would a Nightwing live
That'd
action
be
be,
a
right? So
good
it's like,
that'd be like a really nice thing to like. We saw Bucky as Bucky and then as like the Winter Soldier.
right,
You know, we saw Sam as Falcon and now Captain America.
right.
Like,
There is that evolution there.
say
Yeah.
what
So
you want about that movie, but like seeing Sam grow into his own was really nice.
it was, yeah, kind of full circle moment. So, so it is interesting to start the universe in a place where we don't know. This is all speculation, right? But the thinking is, if it's Damian Wayne, that must mean that Dick Grayson is out there and he's already been
Yeah,
Robin. So you
because
can
as
just
far as
hide
I
him.
know, like I don't think Damian Wayne has done anything other than being Robin as of yet.
No, yeah, he's only been Robin. He's like he's probably seen as the main Robin right now, for sure.
So it's
He's
like,
yeah, he's always the side. He's working with Batman more than Tim
yeah,
Drake. I don't even know where Tim Drake is.
you're not giving yourself room to grow if you're starting at like the last Robin, technically, basically.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't know if they're trying to reinterpret the story when they're saying Damian Wayne was the first Robin or some shit, but I don't know.
I think it's dumb, but whatever.
Other than
Who am
that,
I to
though, are
say?
so you
I'm
would
excited to
still
watch him.
right? I was gonna ask, like, as far as this moment in time, you're more hyped for Fantastic Four
Yeah,
than
there's people who
Superman
will
series.
say like, "Oh, like these movies are like whatever." Like, I'm still gonna watch all of them, even if like the last one sucked. I'm gonna watch the next one, you know,
Yeah,
because I like seeing if it sucks on my own. So I'm
right.
excited. I'm excited for them to prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting, dude. We'll have to keep track, especially the because like as much as like I would prefer not to like I people who care about like box office numbers so much, like it really just boggles my mind. But
Yeah,
in this one instance, I am curious because they are the two movies going head to head, and because this is DC's like first, we're back on the big screen type moment. So
yeah,
it is got me curious because this is the foundation for the rest of their plan. So if this doesn't go well,
yeah.
then that's like not good because
It's
we're already starting to
complicated,
see it
dude.
in video games. If you are like not a big enough character, then your game's getting canceled, right? So like Wonder Woman, the game is getting canceled. The developers were saying we don't know if there's a market for a Wonder Woman game. It's like
I would
if
have played
that's
that
the
shit
case, then what the
any.
hell
I would have
can you
played
make a
that
game
any
of?
day, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It would have been so sick, but it's like if you can't even get a Wonder Woman game to sell, it's like then you really are just dealing with Batman and Superman. And if a Superman movie doesn't do well, it's like then we're only gonna see Batman movies, bro, from DC.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a real shame. Um, so my hope is that the Superman movie does super well. I think there's room enough this summer for them to both do well.
Yeah.
But to your point, what is the movie of the summer?
Hey, they could.
That's the
They
question.
should have made it like a Barbenheimer thing.
A Barbenheimer, like release on the same day,
Yeah.
like a double feature. Because
Yeah.
Superman comes out, is it 2 weeks before or 1 week
Is
before?
it like the 11th?
Versus like later in the month for FF?
Let me check. I don't want to speak out of my ass. Let me
Because
see.
yeah, no, it's like I wonder if Superman going
Yeah, the
first.
11th, dude. I'm so good at this.
I wonder if the Superman going first is to its benefit. Like if more people are, because if you're gonna see a superhero movie, if you're in the
Yeah.
market for a superhero movie and you see just whatever's in theaters, if Superman's first, maybe they get like an initial head start or no?
Maybe or maybe not.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it'll be interesting to see. FF Superman, who will win? That's gonna be the title of the video. Battle.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good title.
Like who will like movie of the summer?
Yeah,
Something
what's the movie of the summer?
Yeah.
Guys, I think I just found the song of the summer.
But
Um,
that's I think was our first initial topic, guys. We talked about Thunderbolts and we enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it was
Talking
pretty good.
about our hype levels for Superman and Fantastic Four. I think that's the first topic though. Should we get
Yeah.
into our next one?
Yeah, sure. What are you on?
Dude, I gotta tell you about my summer, bro, because what a crazy damn summer.
Crazy. I've
So
I've
far.
been like following it.
Just banana stuff. So I mean, initially, like to start everything off, I mean, our C2E2
Yeah,
experience.
that was fun.
That kind of like started my my little string of trips here.
Yeah.
I got a comment the other day, and I'm gonna make a video about it at some point. But someone was asking me my favorite con It's got to be that last C2E2.
It's gotta be that last
so
C2E2. It was so fun, dude. And I think I had to push you a little bit, but I got you there.
What do you mean to go?
No, to that night.
Oh, the night with Omar.
Yeah,
I was talking about that with Omar. Dude. He had a great time. He was saying we need to do it again sometime.
because you kept saying like, dude, I'm so tired, I want to leave, and I was like, dude, just wait. Like,
No, remember when I went back though? That was pretty epic.
You were like, dude, I was like, give it 30 more minutes. We're just gonna sit over there. And then you left, and you were like, how's it going? I was like, it's pretty fun, dude. You should join.
Remember how epic it was when I came back, though, dude?
I was like, you should join. And you were like, I think I'm going back.
So the thing about C2E2, right? Obviously, we had a whole other podcast where we talked about it. So I don't want to rehash C2E2 here, because I did a lot of other stuff this summer, dude, so far.
Yeah.
Another convention I went to PAX East.
Which is
video game convention. And actually, you might be surprised to hear, dear listeners, I used to go to PAX East video game conventions more often than comic book conventions. Video games were like my first try at making content or whatever. Yeah. And dude, PAX East is a ton of fun. I think if you hit up a PAX East, at any point, I think you're gonna have a blast at a video game convention.
I'm excited.
Especially as someone, because I know you really appreciate like retro game stuff and like older.
I watched your video, which I hope you know. I watch all of them. I'm excited. I would like to go next year, maybe.
Yeah, that could be cool, dude. Because I typically just go with my friends, and this was the first time I went with like making content.
Yeah.
And I thought it went pretty well. It's tough for me to like. I don't make video game content, right? So it's kind of hard for me to like figure out what to do. Because me in the past, I've wanted to do like interviewing video game people and stuff. I didn't do that any this time. Maybe save that for next. I was kind of feeling it out. It's like my first PAX back in a little bit.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So at any point, if you guys have a chance to go to a PAX video game convention, I definitely recommend it. We were there we went there for 2 days.
Yeah.
And this one was actually really cool because Riley decided to go. My wife, who typically doesn't like nerdy shit like that. So I was really surprised to see her. It was kind of like a crossing of worlds, right? After PAX East, dude, the next thing I want to talk about, I went to a Boston Calling Music Festival. Actually, you know what? I want to talk about Kanye West first. That was really, or not Kanye West. Sorry, Kendrick Lamar, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's not Kanye West. Very different. I saw Kendrick Lamar, dude, with SZA. That was a shit ton of fun. That was such a.
I mean, I imagine.
Obviously, I think that I'm a pretty big Kendrick fan, but honestly, dude, whenever SZA was out, I was like down for the SZA parts more than the Kendrick parts.
I feel you, SZA, dude.
Yep.
SZA's last album, well, like, it's long because it's like, it's like what 20-some songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good album.
Yeah, dude, she did a lot of it too. You know what was funny, dude? I found out the other day that my boss likes SZA. I was like, what the fuck? He was like,
you have like interests?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, the Kendrick Lamar concert or whatever. And he was like, he's touring with SZA, right? I was like, yeah, SZA was there. It was kind of like a double headliner thing. Like they didn't even do an opening, whatever. It was kind of like they both kind of switched off and did a bunch of songs and a bunch of duets and stuff like that. And he's like a big SZA fan, turns out. So he's like, oh, dude, that's funny. Awesome. I love SZA. So that was another fun thing that I did. That was a lot of fun with my wife. She got that for me. It was for Christmas. It's Christmas presents.
Yep. I was about to say. Yeah.
And then to close off the fun summer so far, we went to Boston Calling Music Festival. Saw a ton of different bands, dude. We love Boston Calling. It's our favorite time of year, honestly. Like favorite weekend of the year. My wife and I. And we saw a lot of cool bands. We saw Sheryl Crow.
That's fun.
It was such a fun, dude. That was like.
Yeah. You didn't see Fall Out Boy.
We saw Fall Out Boy.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Fun. How was
Fall
it?
Boy.
Because you were a little bit hesitant.
It's not hesitant. It's just that I don't care about their new shit. Like I hate their new shit. Actually, like I dislike it actively. It's not even like, oh, I haven't heard it. It's like whenever it's on the radio, I think it sounds like dog shit.
I think like what I like is their latest album,
I
like
don't
the
know.
new
Maybe,
one,
maybe.
isn't really a radio album, which I like. I haven't heard any of those songs on the radio. The one before, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Dookie,
Yeah,
hate it.
it's just, but dude, they played a lot of their hits. That was the thing, right? So I
Yeah,
was having a ton of fun. It's real weird too because although Fall Out Boy is not a band I've listened to in so long, it's like it was in there. You know what I'm saying? It was in
yeah,
there.
it comes back.
Yeah,
It
yeah. I was
really
like,
comes
oh
back.
shit, this is crazy. So Fall Out Boy was a ton of fun. Sheryl Crow was a ton of fun. We also saw T Pain.
Nice.
T Pain was a ton of
That's a
fun.
good one.
T Pain was fun.
Good singer.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't stay for Luke Combs. Not a big Luke Combs guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Everyone was there for Luke Combs, dude. Like it's kind of crazy how
Cool, man.
big he is.
They got to enjoy it. That's nice.
right.
Hey, don't call him
He's
big.
also 40 minutes late getting on stage, which sucked. And he's a big guy though. He wouldn't take offense to that. We also saw All Time Low.
Nice. That's a little nice.
That was
throwback
fun.
right
It
there.
was pretty fun. I didn't know like too many of their songs, but they were a vibe.
They got a couple that like I feel like anyone would know.
Right. Then we saw Cage the Elephant, dude.
Fun.
That was sick. And that's one too where just from like a band that Riley and I have listened to, like that's one of the bands that we started listening to like when we first started dating. So listening to Cage the Elephant live, that was a real full circle kind of moment.
It's there's something really funny about Cage the Elephant specifically.
Okay.
And I like the album with I'm gonna look it up right now because I want to see the actual name. Tell Me I'm Pretty, the one that has Trouble.
Okay.
Right? I can tell you every song in that album from the first note, right?
Wow. Yep.
But not because I liked the album, but because when it came out, I saved all of it.
Okay.
And every time it comes on, I skip it, but I hear that first note. And I'm like,
I gotcha.
I know this Portuguese knife fight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so crazy to see a band that you've been listening to.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, like that. Cage the Elephant was like not the soundtrack of Riley and I first started dating, but we listened to it a lot.
Cage the Elephant has that thing that Arctic Monkeys has, where like they reinvent themselves often in like a very nice way.
Dude, Arctic Monkeys, that'd be cool to see live.
That's in my bucket list.
Yeah, we have not seen them live yet. We also saw Avril Lavigne.
Nice.
Yeah, a ton of fun with Avril. Everybody was jamming out to her. And
I know she's doing a tour with Simple Plan this year.
Okay.
I like Simple Plan, so that'd be a nice little.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then Fall Out Boy, like I mentioned, and then Sublime.
Nice with his son, the guy's son.
Yeah, with the son. The son has stepped up into the mantle, and he is the new singer. And they're going on the road again.
It is kind of a wild story, the fact that his dad passed when he was so young, and now he like took up the mantle.
Yeah, so it was actually like this really weird moment. So the entire Boston Calling weekend, it was kind of cloudy and chance of rain.
Yeah.
But it was this really weird, surreal moment. Sublime's on stage, they're doing their thing. He does like a moment, he like stops and he's like my dad, like this is the first song that me and my dad like ever learned. Like he taught me. This is the first song he taught me. First Sublime song. Right when he does that, a fucking beam of the sun, like literally the clouds break and the sun just starts shining like right. It was really weird and bizarre. And that was kind of a moment where it was like, I don't believe in shit like that typically, but like right when you're talking about your dad and you get like a sunbeam right on you and like
and their logo's the sun, dude,
and then just like shining right on him. It was like,
and their logo's the sun.
It was very strange, especially after a weekend of just not seeing the sun at all.
Did they play Wrong Way?
They played Wrong Way. Dude, they played every song you would want them to play. It was so sick hearing a bunch of classic Sublime songs, especially with the son. He sounds like the dad, dude. It's so sick. It's so nice. Sick.
Yeah.
And then
that's really nice.
To close it out, dude, Vampire Weekend.
Nice.
Boom. Yep. That was fun. That was Riley's favorite performance for the weekend. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's one that I haven't listened to like enough to call myself a fan.
Gotcha.
but I'm a fan of the ones I've listened to.
Right.
There's not a single like Vampire Weekend song that I've listened to that I'm like, eh.
Yeah, so like obviously that was a lot of bands I just named off, and at a music festival you're gonna see a ton more. But
Yeah,
all the other ones are just people that maybe I hadn't heard of before.
yeah,
But you still have a good time at these music festivals, right? Like I know some people like me and Riley say, "Hey, we're going to this music festival," and then they say, "Oh, cool, can I see the lineup?" We show it to them, and they say, "Oh, you're going to that?" And it's like, guys, it's not really about oh, all 40 bands that are at the fucking
yeah,
music festival. It's like you go to the music festival and like you're hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not necessarily
yeah.
you know every single song from all the bands. A lot of good food, you know what I'm saying? Eating a
Nice,
ton of good
nice.
food at these like food trucks or whatever, but they have spaces to
Yeah,
sell their stuff at the music festival. But yeah, that kind of caps off my crazy summer so far.
that's fun, dude.
The con with you, video game convention, Kendrick concert, and then a
Yeah,
bunch of music at the music festival. Looking forward, dude. I don't think we have any cons on our schedule. I'm actually very poor right now.
yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be going
I'm,
to Heroes Con, but a lot of music coming up for the
yeah.
yeah, a
I
lot of
feel
local
you.
concerts. But yeah,
Yeah, we're trying to like build up our wallets first.
I know, dude. But that's pretty much it, dude. That's been my summer so far. It's just a lot of concerts here and there.
Yeah,
Like
that's
tomorrow,
good.
we're seeing Wallows.
Not oh, that's a good one. I love Wallows.
The guy from 13 Reasons
Yeah,
Why is the
nothing
singer.
nothing matters. Nothing happens. It's such a good album.
Yeah, so that should be cool. It's seeing.
It's a small show, probably, right?
It's a smaller show. Yeah, this is the first time at
Nice,
the venue that we're going to. It's called Thompson's
nice.
Point or whatever. So we'll have to feel it out and see what the vibe is. I'm not sure if it's a big venue or small.
If they play "I'm Full," you gotta send me a video. That's my favorite song by Wallows.
Okay, I don't know what that sounds like. I'll have to listen to it beforehand.
They say "I'm full" a couple times. You'll know.
Okay, nice. But yeah, dude, that's my
Um,
summer so far, man. So that's been my Kody catch up. I would love to hear
Kody.
from you, dude.
I mean, movies a
Yeah,
lot. Like cool movie experiences. Like I went to Karate Kid
dude,
recently. That was a Sony event. That
that's a
was
vibe.
fun. And it was weird because a friend of mine works at Sony. That's how I got
Mm.
to go. He was like, "Hey, you want to like join me to this thing?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'll go." I haven't watched Karate Kid in 20 years, but I'll go. And it was fun. It was a fun time. You
It
know,
looked cool. I mean, your video about it was cool.
I felt so stupid posting in that like little like center thing. Yeah, that's why I was like, there's no way I can make this look cool, so I'm just gonna make it look stupid.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
with
good
you
at
there.
making things look stupid, you know.
Right.
I've been reading. That's really
Mm.
cool. I read Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm on book number 4.
So in regards to your reading journey, dude, are you still trying to do the
I'm nowhere close to reading my height in
That's what I
books,
was
but
wondering
but
if
I'm still
you're
trying.
okay. Yeah.
I haven't stopped reading.
Right.
Yeah, but like Dungeon Crawler Carl book 4 is what I'm reading right now. It's really good. You had the first one.
Does the series get better?
It gets like I can't say it gets better, not because it doesn't, but because like every book is so different.
Okay.
Like you're reading the first one right now, right?
Yeah. I haven't read
Like
it. I haven't read it in like a week, but I didn't pick it up in
there's
a
not
week.
even like a spoiler. I mean, it is a spoiler by like the second level, but like he's getting to the second level. It doesn't matter.
Right. I would
Like
assume he's probably just based on
yeah,
that. There's 7 books or whatever. I'm sure he goes
yeah. Like
deep as
the
shit.
second level is more like a open world kind of like vibe.
Mm.
The third level is like a train system, like an underground like subway. So
Huh.
like while it is the same story of like leveling up and like the main character doing a journey, like the world is so different and the objective of how to get to the next level is so different every time that like
Gotcha.
it really doesn't feel like like I can't tell you which one's better because I'm just enjoying every book as its own thing.
I was fascinated, like reading the first one. It's such a unique and strong concept.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
such a. I know you said you like haven't finished. You've been busy. I can't give you shit, but it's such a quick read. It like
It
if
was
it
reading
catch.
fast. Like when I picked it up on the plane, I was ripping through it for sure.
Yeah,
Like when I was reading on the plane
it's
ride.
one of those books that I'm just like I don't like. I haven't gotten to a point where I'm tired of reading Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, and I'm just more excited to keep reading it. Like the sixth one just came out, like in hardcover, and I have up to 5. So
Gotcha.
I gotta start catching up. But I've been doing that. I've been watching movies more than anything. Let me see. Friendship was really nice. I went to a friendship
yep.
event, the A24 movie, that was hosted by Soups.
Right, yeah. You saw
I met
Soups. You met
I met
Soups.
Soups. That was a thing that happened. He
It's a
was
lucky
nice.
guy meeting Soups, dude.
He was
No,
he
yeah, I'm
was
sure he's nice.
he was very nice.
He's just a
Like
goober, yeah. But
I know people have like opinions about his content. At least like face to face, like I went up to say hi because I was like, it'd be really like, in my thought process, like it'd be really funny for the video to get like a clip with Soups.
mm-mm.
Like being full, even if he watches this, like I want him to know like, it was really like, oh, this would be funny. But he really talked to me and like, like gave me like a time, and I respected it a lot, And then like we talked for a minute about like content creation. We got that video, and then someone else approached him, and this was like a really big fan.
Okay.
Like the person who approached him was like a big fan, and I was like, this is gonna take like a minute. So I just like patted him back, and I was like, I'll see you inside.
Right.
So that was fun. What else?
I've been looking forward to Friendship too. I heard it's
Dude,
very
Friendship is
interesting.
so. Have you watched? I think you should leave.
I've seen bits and pieces, yeah.
It's like a 2 hour. I think you should leave.
With Paul Rudd, so I mean,
With Paul, like, there's not
yeah.
a moment where it lets down. I watched Chronicle for the first time. It's just me like telling you movies I watched.
Wow, I mean, listen, Chronicle. We're talking the dude from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The guy who plays the Goblin, Harry.
Yeah. Sinners. That's
Sinners is good.
Banger, dude.
Yeah,
Sinners was one of my favorite movies in recent memory. I'm gonna like throw something at you that I rewatched.
Okay.
I rewatched Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Wow.
Because I was like, oh, I remember liking that a lot, like as a little nerd. Because I was like, oh, Jules Verne. I've never read the books, but that really sounds really interesting, dude. If you go into it knowing that you're not gonna get like masterful CGI or shit like that, right? It's a perfect movie.
Wow.
It's so fun. I give it a 5 out of 5. My review says perfect movie, no complaints. That's it.
Nice.
And like I wanted to like watch it and be like, oh my god, this is so silly, because my brother hadn't watched it in years.
Which
And like,
version is this?
This is the Brendan Fraser one.
Oh, nice.
Dude, like I wanted to shit on it so bad, but like it's just so good.
2008. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of insane, dude.
Dude, you have to watch it. Listen, here's the thing.
I just don't remember it.
Go back into it. And here's the thing. If you go into it expecting like, like an Oscar-worthy movie, you're not going to get it. But if you know
3D?
No. But I did laugh at the 3D. If you go into it like knowing what you're going to expect.
Right.
Knowing that you're going to watch like a silly fun time, it's perfect.
Dude, how on top of the world was Brendan Fraser in the early 2000s?
Dude.
He's like the king, brother. He's the king of the 2000s.
And then I watched, in the same vein, but not really, Sathura, which like hot take, better than Jumanji.
I've always subscribed to that, dude. I've always said Zathura is better than Jumanji. You got Josh Hutcherson, dude.
Yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 10. My review was, Jonah Bobo has impeccable comedic timing. That's like the kid. Yeah. Surprisingly good VFX. It's a good movie.
Who's that? Who plays the spaceman in Zathura?
Dax Shepard.
Yeah, it's Dax Shepard, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins is in that?
Yeah, he's the dad. He's in it for like 5 minutes, maybe.
Oh, Kristen Stewart's in that. Yeah,
she's the sister. Dude, it's such a good movie. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to like sound like an idiot, but like,
I mean, I don't disagree. I love Zathura.
You gotta go like there's movies you gotta go into knowing that it's not gonna be a masterpiece.
Is that movie tied to Jumanji like in any way?
No, not at all.
Like,
but it's directed by Jon Favreau.
Oh, okay, yep.
That was interesting. Dude, it's just been a time where like
of a children's book. Oh, okay. Here we go, Christian. Okay, Zathura, a children's book by the same person who did Jumanji.
Oh, nice.
So Zathura is also a children's book. So
nice. I didn't know they were either of them were children's books.
I didn't know about the connective tissue there.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Now I look like an idiot.
I know you did lie to our audience. That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, watching a lot of like TV has been great.
TV right now, right.
Like the studio. Have you watched the studio?
Not yet, not yet. Is that all out?
Phenomenal. Yeah,
Nice.
phenomenal.
So I can watch it all.
Work of art. I started watching Haunting of Hill House for the first time.
Nice. What? Who's the like director?
Oh, I
Um,
don't know.
like the guy behind
Oh
all
yeah,
those
all of them, like the whatever
the
Blind
horror dude.
Manor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good. I'm enjoying it, and I don't like horror.
dude.
Um,
In that kind of vein, by the same dude, not Haunting of Hill House.
not Blind Manor.
It's not a Blind Manor. It's the one on like an island.
Uh,
Um,
is it like the town that's like old
yeah,
timey? Like,
old
okay,
timey
yeah, I know.
town on like an island in Mass.
Yeah,
Dealing with vampires. That one's pretty good too.
I gotta watch it. I gotta catch up on the universe. I'm like trying to like watch things that are outside of my normal interests.
Mm.
There's a show that I'm really excited to watch that like you will have no interest in, or maybe. It's based on. It's about the life of the guy who created El Chapulín Colorado.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that's really cool. It's like how he made that show and his other show. It's like it came out today. Like I haven't
Mm.
watched the first episode because it came out today. But I'm excited for that. And then the last topic I can really talk, like I'll really talk about. Okay, I'll give you two. I shot a video for Tiny Onion. Got
Oh,
the
dude,
sign back.
so proud of you for that one, dude. They loved
Uh,
it, right?
yeah, they liked it.
Nice.
They really liked it. It was just fun. I forced myself to do something, more elaborate. But even like not even talking about my video, I want to talk about the book more. My video, it's like, what do you want to know? I filmed a video. I liked it. It was a lot to work with. It's 100 degrees out. It
Yeah,
was
you wore a
sweating.
lot of layers too.
Yeah. I want to talk quickly and say one comment about Exquisite Corpses, and not because they paid me, because this is like I think I messaged you directly or like Tessa or someone I was talking to, and I was like, this comic is the reason why people get into comics.
I think you were telling me just because it's like such a great issue number one.
It's just like I was in a reading slump, and I was like, okay, like I was asked to make this video. I'm like under like a contract, dude. It was like, oh
it's a
my
vibe,
god,
right?
it's so good. I have the trading cards like right here somewhere. Oh, here you go.
Man, so with the trading cards, I don't know so are they random? Like that polybag gives you a random
Yeah,
one?
I got the. You can see the
Or
lone
are they
gunman.
all lone gunmen?
Yeah, but I got this one because they sent me two.
What's that?
The holographic.
So no matter what, this first issue is gonna be lone gunman card?
Maybe I think so, but yeah, this is the holographic, and then I got the normal one, and that's by chance, honestly.
So it's just two, so you only have two.
Yeah, I only have two, but they're sealed. So like it's because I was like, they send me like a holographic on purpose, but like they were completely sealed. I don't think there was like I looked at the bags. There was no way to tell which one was which.
So talking about whatever, like projects coming up or something, but not to cut you off because we'll get back to it, but just because
Yeah.
we're mentioning it, I'm doing a video coming up soon. I recently just bought like a bunch of different poly bagged comics.
Nice. That's
Like,
really smart.
bunch of different stuff. So I'm just going to talk about. It seems like a lot more companies are starting to do poly bags. I think it's
Yeah.
really interesting. So
I'm excited and like because I don't know how they're gonna handle it. Some companies will keep sending you like books. Like for example, You'll Do Bad Things, which is also Tiny Onion. I'm getting every time an issue that comes out, I get it, right?
it's a good one too.
And that's
Tyler
a really
Boss.
good series, dude. Tyler Boss is such a good writer.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Dude, Turtleichi. So I posted a clip about You'll Do Bad
Nice.
Things. I don't know if you saw that. Turtleichi, the artist for that series, commented and he said that he's like, "Oh, we actually do use your face as a model for the covers or something because it looks so
That's
similar."
funny, dude.
I was like, "That's pretty funny."
Dude, yeah.
And Tyler Boss, he mutuals on
Yeah,
Instagram
dude.
as well,
Okay,
so.
I'll throw this out here, and like I don't listen. Tyler's not Matthew Rosenberg either. Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. I was reading, and I think I've mentioned this before. Maybe, what's the furthest place from here, right?
Mm.
Because I kept seeing it, and I was like, let's just read this. It's on Hoopla, dude. Like as soon as I'm done reading that book, I'm like, ooh, I should make a video. And like the process of like making videos for me, it's like I make the video and then I follow the people, and I see like follow back on both of them.
Mm,
And I was like, oh, they followed me for so long. I didn't know who these people were.
I love it, dude.
And then they're nicest people. But yeah, dude, I keep getting all of those. I hope. I mean, if they don't send me like Exquisite Corpses #2, I'll buy it. I'll spend my own money on that.
Right.
It's that good. And you know, I'm not buying comics at all.
You don't got a pull list
I'm
anymore.
I, I don't have a pull. I don't have anything. But I would buy Exquisite Corpses.
Nice. I
Yeah,
think it's
it's
worth it,
that.
dude.
It's just that good.
It is. It is really good. It is the best #1 of the year so far for
Yeah.
sure. That's what
And
me and
then
Tyler were saying too.
my last topic is there's a Netflix show. 6 episodes. It was made in Argentina. You already know where I'm going with this. Called El Eternauta or the Eternaut.
Sure not.
It's about just like quick synopsis. Um, the world like just all the power goes out, phones stop working, like everything. And it starts snowing in Argentina. Now like it snows in some parts of Argentina, but not the entire country. So it's weird, but as soon as like that snow touches you, you die. You
Mm.
don't get sick. It's like you drop dead. And it's like a really like it's a 6 episode show. Like it's really good, and it has like aliens are involved.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, but it was based on a, and I'm saying this like knowing someone can steal my video idea, but I'm saying it. I'm working on a video for this. I already shot it. I just have to edit it. Dude, it was based on a 1957 comic, like a Spanish comic, but you can read it online in English. You know. And it's like 300 and something pages, like 360. It's really good. If anything, and this is gonna be a wild thing I'm gonna say, I think your grandpa would have liked it.
Probably. Yeah, yeah.
It gave me those vibes. It's about aliens. It's just really well made. You know, it's a 1950s comic, so like the art is nothing too dynamic at times. But then in 1969, the author is like, I'm gonna remake it. I'm gonna just
Mm.
like change it a little bit of the story. He makes it a little bit more political. I personally enjoy the 1969 version better because the art is so good.
Yeah,
And
the
I'll put
art,
like
the screenshots from what I've seen are really
I'll put
good.
examples of the art up here. And then it was so political that the government disappeared him
Right.
and his family. Isn't that insane, dude? That's the power of comics.
Right.
That truly is like the power of comics. It can do so much.
And
And
this was back.
honestly,
This was in the '60s, so it's like, oh shit.
yeah. Yeah, like you should definitely like for anyone like watch the show. It's really good.
Mm.
It's 6 episodes. If you don't know Spanish, like put subtitles on. If you like want to watch the dub, watch the dub. But it's really well made, and it's really like one of my favorite things as of late. That I'm like, oh my god, I need to know more.
Gotcha.
I read the 1969 and 1957 version the same day. It's the same story, but it was so good that I had to read both.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's a story that people should know more about, which is why I'm posting a video about it.
Nice, dude. The Eternaut. Also,
Yeah.
I think, while you doing that, make sure you tag Fantagraphics.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. They're
Yeah.
sold out on Fantagraphics, but
Yeah, because they did like a new printing or something of the Eternaut.
yeah,
So.
and that looks beautiful. That would look nice on your shelf, especially the 1969 one.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's what I've been up to, just straight up like making content. And when
Nice,
I'm not,
dude.
I mean, I had bronchitis.
Yeah, I know. You're down for the count with some bronchitis for a little bit, dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Nice, dude.
awful.
That's a nice little update. So you're keeping busy. You're
Yeah,
watching a bunch of shit, making a bunch of videos, man. So
I've been making more videos, like maybe like not in volume, but in like quality.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like my videos, like I'm at a point where I'm making videos that I really love making.
I love that, dude. I love that.
Yeah,
Love hearing that.
and I think it translates to the screen.
Yeah, dude, and especially I mean, listen, you get a working relationship with Tiny Onion. I mean, you just be badass.
Yeah, dude, they're so nice.
That's cool too to hear that they're nice. So that's
Yeah,
good.
no, they're so nice. Like even if I never work with them again, which I hope that's not the case, of course. Uh, they're just so nice. Like they deserve their flowers. Whatever happens between like a working relationship, I don't care. They're just so nice to work with, and like really for anyone who like likes comics, like this is like the future of comics.
Yeah, Tiny Onion really is just taking over, dude. It is crazy.
Tiny Onion is the future of comics.
Yeah.
And that's all I
Agreed.
gotta say about them. They're great.
Yeah,
They're
dude.
not paying me for this one.
Yeah,
It
dude.
feels so weird to say like, but like, I mean, it's in the video. If you see, it says paid promotion.
Right. Yep. Yep.
But dude, I don't know. It's been a chill time. Like I've been really excited about filming this one specifically because I feel like the podcast was going somewhere, and like we needed to like redesign it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is cool too. So episode 50, guys. Like we were saying, we're gonna get back to every 2 weeks. We're gonna try to stick to it, and be more consistent. Because
Yeah.
obviously, color break. I mean, you do something 50 times. You do something 50 episodes. You care about it a little bit, right? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And
So,
I will say,
um,
like, a lot of the problem with making Color Break was the fact that like we don't want to make the same thing everyone's making, you know?
mm,
And like it's such like a hard thing to be like, oh, we have to read all these books if we want to make like the podcast. But now that we're doing like movies and shows and like it's easier.
yeah, yeah. I think it gives us kind of the freedom where we don't have to.
Yeah.
So
Cuz it
like to be completely candid with you, right? Um, because I still have this. If I wasn't talking about comics with you, I would just be talking to Riley. And she doesn't give a shit, right? So I need an outlet to talk
yeah.
about comics. So I think the fact that my YouTube is a space where I can do that, and then I can have Kai on to get like in depth talking about
Yeah.
comics with someone. So I think that frees us up over here to just
Yeah.
ball out and just be you and me just talking about
Yeah,
whatever
and
we want.
and
So
we're going to continue talking about comics. Like I know like it's like a joke, but like we wanted to do a new 52 for the 52nd episode. Hey, that's still a table, you know? There's an Omni we like me and Cody are reading things actively. I'm catching up on all the Absolute books because I had like the DC Unlimited Premium wireless whatever.
hmm
Um, so I'm catching up. Like we're gonna continue talking about comics. I don't want people to think that like just because we're gonna do movie content now, it's gonna be different. It's just
right.
like we are more than comics.
hmm Well
Like,
said, dude.
and I think you made like a big leap with it, like going to making a PAX East video.
Right. Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe trying to integrate more. I got this idea with one of my buddies who actually went to PAX with.
Nice,
He also makes content. His name is Lorenzo. Channel called
nice.
Lorenzo Talks. Trying to just spinning around my head. I haven't even reached out to him about it, but just maybe a monthly thing talking about comics with, or sorry, talking about video games with him on my channel.
Yeah.
But still trying to figure it out. You know.
I think the good thing that you have with video games is that you can do like even bi-monthly because like not as many video games come out. That's nice. I found out it came out like yesterday. Not as many video games come out like monthly as like let's say like books. So
mm,
you have the opportunity to be like, hey, let's make it bi-monthly or like a special occasion kind of thing.
right.
But it gives you more content.
hmm Yeah, it's kind of the
I'm always
thinking
gonna
there.
take more content. But yeah, this one felt like a catch up. This one felt like therapy, and this one felt like a really nice time, Cody.
Yeah, dude. Listen, Color Break, episode 50, guys.
Your
We'll
third
be
favorite podcast.
third favorite podcast, and we'll be back with episode 51. I've been your host, Kody Collects. That's been Christian Comic Book Stash. Thank you guys for watching.
Goodbye.